Welcome back, everyone. It's your host. Hope you're doing great. Today, we are doing a deep dive breakdown of House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 4. And honestly, we need to talk about Daemon Targaryen's absolute chaos energy. I mean, can we just appreciate the absolute audacity it takes to look your queen in the eye, drop a random, completely unrelated shepherd's head on the table, and say, yep, definitely killed the rogue dragon rider? Nothing to see here. Daemon is officially back in King's Landing, and he is already playing a dangerous game to protect Rhaena and her new bond with Sheep Stealer. But if you watch Misaria's face during that scene, she instantly clocked that the head was a total fake. This episode was masterfully written because it didn't just give us the epic arrival of Daeron Targaryen and the Blue Queen. It planted three massive narrative time bombs that are going to completely devastate both the blacks and the greens by the end of this season. Let's break down exactly what went down and the hidden details you missed. Now, the show does a fantastic job of establishing Ormund's character quirks right away. He's completely naked in a bathtub, burning heavy incense and complaining about smells. This is a massive nod to the lore. The high towers of Old Town view themselves as pristine, hyper cleanly, and vastly superior to everyone else in Westeros. But don't let the luxury fool you. Ormond is a brutal military genius. He quarters his 15,000 troops directly inside the homes of the Tumbleton small folk. Why? Because it completely neutralizes Rhaenyra's dragons. If she flies in to burn his army, she has to burn thousands of her own innocent citizens, making her look exactly like Maegor the Cruel. The episode even drops a great book Easter egg here when a local calls her a bitch with a dragon, which directly mirrors the historical text nickname for her, Maegor with teeth. But the real bomb drops when Ormond finds out Aemond and Vhagar have gone missing at Harrenhal. He completely crashes out, hacking up a table with his ancestral Valyrian steel sword. Vigilance without Vhagar, he triggers Plan B, and this is where we get the official introduction of Alicent's youngest son, Daeron Targaryen, and his striking blue dragon, Tessarion. Ormond delivers an incredibly unhinged monologue revealing his ultimate endgame. He doesn't care about Aegon or Aemon. He tells Daeron that the Targaryen bloodline is tainted by Valyrian blood magic. Ormond's real goal is to put Daeron on the Iron Throne, a king raised entirely under Hightower conditioning, so Ormond can rule the realm through him. To seal the deal, he forces a reluctant Jon Snow style Daeron to execute a civilian prisoner, corrupting the boy's innocence and giving Tessarion a horrific midnight snack. Ormond just positioned himself as the most calculating villain on the board. Our second time bomb is sticking directly underneath Rhaenyra's throne in King's Landing, and it all stems from a massive misunderstanding. We see Ulf the White going back to his old drinking tavern, getting incredibly drunk and acting like a total egomaniac now that he's a dragon seed. On the wall, someone has spray painted graffiti that reads Queen of Bastards next to three colored dragons. Now, here is the nuance. The graffiti was actually written by Ulf's old drinking buddies to make fun of him, Hugh and Adam, for being bastards with nuclear weapons. But when Ulf complains to Rhaenyra, he leaves out the context. Rhaenyra immediately misinterprets it. Because of her deep rooted trauma and insecurity regarding her late strong boys, she thinks the small folk are slandering her children. This drives her to make a catastrophic political error. She orders the Gold Cloaks to brutally beat and arrest anyone caught making graffiti. Up until now, the small folk loved her. By trying to suppress this graffiti, she is actively turning herself into the tyrant they fear she is. Simultaneously, her council is completely fractured. Corlys Velaryon has ghosted her because she refused to legitimize his bastard sons, leaving Alan of Hull to act as a pseudo hand. We get a phenomenal franchise Easter egg here when Rhaenyra literally bans the use of those marble speech balls on the council table to show why the small council in the main Game of Thrones timeline centuries later doesn't use them. Alyn proves to be a total Rhaenyra whisperer when they go down to the catacombs where Alicent dumped Viserys' old Valyrian models and those infamous erotic dragon tapestries, and he convinces her to use cats to solve the Red Keep's rat problem. It's a great bonding moment, but the underlying political foundation is cracking. The final time bomb is the pure psychological collapse of Sir Criston Cole. He and Gawain Hightower arrive at Harrenhal to find a literal ghost town. The castle is crumbling, and the creepy companion Alys Rivers informs them that Aemond has deserted them. In reality, Aemond is likely just locked away in a weirwood bed having unhinged magical visions while old Granny Vaga takes a massive nap in the woods. Hearing that Rhaenyra has taken King's Landing, Criston completely breaks. He delivers this incredibly dark, nihilistic monologue about how the rich and powerful use men like pawns. He realizes he has no home, no honor, and nothing to go back to. Instead of retreating to Tumbleton, he decides to launch a suicide mission against the massive oncoming army of rivermen and stark winter wolves He has gone completely Leroy Jenkins, actively looking for a brutal end on the battlefield because his spirit is entirely broken. But speaking of people hitting absolute rock bottom, we have to look at Aegon too and Larry Strong hiding out at Rook's Rest. Aegon's milk of the poppy addiction has finally worn off, and they discover locals are charging small folk a penny to touch the decaying body of Sunfire. Aegon fiercely insists that Sunfire is still alive, deep in a dragon coma, and pockets one of his golden scales, which is huge foreshadowing for the dragon's eventual return. But Aegon's arrogance gets him into a fight with the local scavengers, and the literal king of Westeros is forced to humiliate himself and kiss a boot covered in manure just to survive. Now, a quick bit of behind the scenes context here. Fans were shocked when Alicent discovered Helena is pregnant with Mailer at the end of the episode. Remember that massive, furious blog post George R.R. Martin wrote a while back calling out showrunner Ryan Condal? A lot of it had to do with the show skipping Mailer during the brutal blood and cheese sequence in season 2. Condell explained that working with multiple infant children on a highly volatile dark set was a logistical nightmare. So they pushed the Malar plotline to right now in season 3. But knowing that Damon is actively trying to eliminate any green heirs to protect Rhaenyra's claim, Helena's pregnancy is a terrifying development that is going to have massive tragic consequences very soon. The episode leaves us with a stunning visual of Hugh Hammer flying the Bronze Fury Vermithor directly over the spires of Tumbleton, setting up a massive aerial standoff for next week. Between Ormund's dark manipulation of Daeron, Rhaenyra's tyrannical crackdown on the small folk, and Daemon's massive cover up about Rhaenyra and Sheep Stealer, the second half of season 3 is shaping up to be an absolute bloodbath. What did you guys think of James Norton's debut as Ormund Hightower? Do you think Missaria is going to blow the whistle on Damon's fake shepherd head? Let me know all your theories and any hidden details I missed in the comments below. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss my episode 5 trailer breakdown dropping next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the